Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and all the geeks, and welcome to another podcast, another geek-inspired podcast. I had to do it on purpose this time because I'm starting to get used to actually saying our little geekdom. This is episode number 44, I believe. When you have to come off, I have to hear what Kez is saying because these earphones really do block out all the sound.
It is indeed 44.
Yes, and we'd like to welcome. I'm going to just call you Mara because it's so much easier than calling you Maramosa.
That's fine.
It's not as long. But yes, we have Mara or Maramosa. I'm going to call her Mara for the rest of the evening, so you guys have to deal with it. Who is a cosplayer, in fact, and a geek, a fellow geek as well. Welcome to the podcast. How are we?
Doing okay. Yeah, doing quite chill on a Sunday. You guys?
Yeah, they're about the same.
As chill as you can be before the new week starts.
True, she said.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward. Oopsie, I lost my...
We lost Zip's sound.
Oh no.
We haven't had technical difficulties for a while. It was bound to happen. So what we could do is, while he's doing that, for those other people who don't know you, tell us a bit about who you are. Tell everyone who is.
As most people will know me, I'm a cosplayer. I started in 2013, and quite recently. At least recently in terms of when cons were still being held, I won, I think it was the 2018 Rage, then I won Rancho, I won, there was a little convention that I forget the name of, and then I also won Icon, first place overall for all of those. And I was a judge at Rage last. I was dressed in a Pikachu onesie. It was really fun. But right now, though, I'm more of a crafter. I love my animals as well. I've got loads of animals. I've got 2 birds and 2 dogs. And I'm just trying to get through every day with happiness and as much health as possible.
That's a very cool, in-depth introduction.
I'm trying to get it to go a bit further there because of my.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. So the cosplays that you won in, tell us a bit more about those. I've seen them because obviously we've watched you for a while.
Yeah.
And they. Especially the most recent one that you did is absolutely amazing.
Huge one.
Hats off to you. So the huge one.
That was 6 months of work. That was actually originally for WCS, but we didn't make it through. So instead of, because if you don't win at a convention or you don't place it all, a lot of conventions allow you to re-enter your cosplay. Allow you to re-enter your cosplay to another event, and Rancho, I read through all the rules and everything and made extra certain. My partner, Lulu Honey, also entered her cosplay as well from WCS, and I ended up placing, and I was absolutely ecstatic. That was the first time I think that Rancho did cosplay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It was their 125th birthday. So that was quite cool as well. So I've got a little Perspex trophy that has a coin inside that says 125. But the first one that I won anything in is my Toothless. But I placed 3rd in one division and 1st in another division, but not overall. I think Taylor won that one. I'm pretty sure Taylor won that one. Her cosplays are just incredible. But then first one that I won first overall was Icon. I won in my Uraraka hero suit. I was not expecting it, so I was quite shocked. That was the same year as our first WC.
This is definitely more your thing, so...
What is the... well, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to the question, but out of all the cosplays you've done, what is the one that has taken you the longest to make?
Surprisingly, I would say that Peaceless and Red Riding Hood took about the same time, but that's because the skill levels were so different. For Toothless, I was working with my first ever corset. I was trying to figure out how to rig wings, as well as the huge hood with the little horns and everything, and a tail, and I made my own boot covers, and they go all the way up to just past my knees. So that took a lot of time to figure out because I was still quite new. But Red Riding Hood definitely, if I had to do Red Riding Hood back then, would have taken much longer. Because he also had a corset, and I lined it with really pretty fabric, and it had a faux panel in the front to look like my shirt that was underneath. The layers. So first it was bloomers and an undershirt. Then it's the cake skirt that I had to put on. Then there's like a little then it's the normal skirt. Then it's like a little tutu kind of thing that it has frills on it. Then I had to put the corset on, and the stockings are underneath everything as well. Then it was the hood as well, which I'm pretty sure I lost a lot of hair from because the thing weighs like 4 kilos. And it was literally held onto my hair directly with the wig. Yeah, it was okay. For resting periods, I would take the velvet and that was lined with pleather, and I would just flip it over and be like, okay, back again, and then I'd go from I'd be awake again, pull everything back up. So it was a lot of weight, and it made for some interesting parking lot experiences. Our car broke down the night before WCS, and we had to be there to rehearse who was going in what order. And I can't wear any of the cosplay basically, besides the kind of boob-tube white shirts and bloomers and the wig. And when our car broke down, the only person who could take us was my husband's dad, Meneer Dashes van der Grijp.
Oh yes, I remember the story you were telling us.
It was interesting. So here I am just sitting in the front there with my father-in-law, who is very stern and he's very proper and upright and everything. We're listening to his radio, and I'm trying to make small talk because I'm essentially in cosplay underwear. And I was like, hi, yeah, I know it's a big competition. Yeah, ha 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 ha. And then I tried to get dressed in the parking lot out of his boot, and it's so windy. It's probably yeah, and then the same thing happened at Rancho, where I got out of the car because I couldn't be dressed in anything. I didn't know what hall we were supposed to be in. So my sister dressed me in the parking lot, and I got some attention. Some people were wondering where the show was.
Well, at least you have very interesting stories to tell.
Yeah, that most people wouldn't be able to say. Yeah, it makes for an interesting time. Makes good memories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you are also a Trekkie because you are also part of the Omnis. So we do need to have a discussion of who is your favorite captain. And Captain Buerta doesn't count.
Captain from
You're
the
gonna
show.
hate me? I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. I'm not gonna hate you if you watch the show.
I joined because I've made Carl's jacket, and everything seems so interesting, but I haven't had a chance to actually go into it properly. I've seen a couple of episodes like on and off. I know mostly what it goes about, and I do want to get into it a lot more. I just haven't had the opportunity. Life has been bashing me a little bit, so I still need to get into it properly, and I do want to. I wonder if it's on Netflix.
It is.
Okay, that's good, because I have it on my phone.
Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, the original series, they're all there. Those are the only ones you should watch. Forget Discovery, it's crap. Oh, and Enterprise, sorry, Enterprise is good as well. Forget Discovery, it's crap, no one watches it. Well, anyone who does watch it, well, they're enjoying it, it's fine, they can have fun watching it. Everyone's allowed to have their own, enjoyment of that show.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it, I think it's stupid, it destroyed all of Star Trek canon, so really not really worth the watch in that aspect. It literally destroyed all Star Trek canon, so I didn't. I stopped watching after the first season, and I didn't
makes
get
sense.
the first 2 episodes actually. Because when Burnham decided to go flying through space in a suit when she could have just taken a shuttlecraft, that was not. You know what? Stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
She would have been thrown out off my ship in a heartbeat. I would have sent her back to Starfleet and said she does not belong here. Get rid of her. I don't want her on my team. I don't want her anywhere near me. She must stay away from my ship. Stupid bits like that do not belong on my ship. Because
no, I agree.
We have a
but I mean, like, why would you fly out into space if you could just pick?
Well, they were trying to. It's because it's they're trying to recapture the Kelvin timeline Star Trek. So the recent movies that had what's his name,
Chris Pike,
whatever the hell that guy's name is. But yeah, the new Kirk basically. They were trying to recapture that whole thing where they flew through space to catch up with another ship, and they were trying to get through the little porthole and blah blah blah. But there was no point in her taking the suit and doing the same thing.
Yeah,
it was just so that they could get a little bit of action. It's like they obviously don't understand Star Trek fans. We don't have to have action all the time. It's not about action. The story is the most important part. If it's intriguing, we watch it. If it's not, we just don't.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a deep hatred for Discovery on that one.
Okay, well now that I know, I can skip it.
Well, you don't have to. Look, it's my opinion. I just think it's stupid.
But I agree with you. Like, it makes things make sense. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just that. There's a whole bunch of canon that actually has been thrown out the window to make space for Discovery.
Weird.
The Klingons look, especially not a couple of years before before the Enterprise A actually started. I think that was badly done. But yeah, that's just. I mean, again, it's like that's one part of the entire whole. There are a whole bunch of things. I mean, I could go on for hours about the problems that I had with the show. And this is watching 3 episodes, and I was like, I can't do it. People are like, yeah, after the 3rd episode, after the 2nd episode, it should be fine. You should enjoy it. Don't worry. I watched the 2nd episode, I was like, yeah, it's worse. And then I watched the 3rd episode, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's not me.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I will watch the original series first.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the Klingons. Yes. I will watch the original series before I watch anything else.
That is very strange. That is very, very strange. No, it's the same like with a lot of movies or books rather that have been turned into movies, or series that have been turned into movies, or series rather. I'm so scared to watch them because I'm so scared it's gonna ruin it.
Yeah,
9 out of 10 times it does.
It does.
I was pleasantly surprised with The Witcher. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I was going in thinking it was going to be terrible because I don't trust anything Hollywood makes. Makes me think I have a bit of a bias against Hollywood. I can't stand anything they do. Their movies all suck. I haven't seen a good movie that actually has topped the list of me putting getting a Blu-ray of and actually putting on my into my collection. So I think the last ones that I saw were Deadpool. Were 2 of them, and Venom wasn't bad. The first Venom wasn't bad.
We also watched Joker.
Oh, Joker! Yeah, Joker was also
And
that was a hit out of left field if ever. Eh?
It's not really a Hollywood movie. It's an Amazon movie that's
That's not
Tomorrow.
Amazon movie.
No, Tomorrow War.
Oh, Tomorrow
Amazon
War.
movie.
Yeah, that was actually also surprisingly good. We were
Okay.
a couple of movies that just like came out of left field and we didn't expect it. It was shocking to see them actually good. So you'll get those nice surprises every once in a while, but it shouldn't be like that. When a movie comes out, it should be made well.
It's become where my dad can like guess the plot line, and like he's like, okay, so I'm baiting you. This is gonna happen. That's the bad guy, and that person's gonna do this and that, and then like 90% of the time he's correct, and we're just sitting there like, thanks, Dad. We know the whole movie.
If you can guess the plot lines, then clearly the movie's not that good.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he's also like, because he does competitive shooting as well. So he's like, no, that guy doesn't know how to shoot properly, and he blinked, and so he's telling us all the like how to properly do
inaccuracies.
Yeah, and we're just like, okay.
It sounds like watching a movie with Ziff sometimes when he knows that things are wrong and he's like, no, they're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
They're doing this wrong. It's supposed to be like this. You can't do this. It's supposed to be like that. Then it's like, okay.
My mom and I
go back because we missed what they did.
Yeah. My mom and I, we always just like, okay, but it doesn't matter. He's pretend shooting the guy. It doesn't matter. He blinks, it's fine. It's called magical bullet.
Not true. You don't blink when you shoot a gun.
No, I know.
And also, geez, like these actors have no trigger discipline. Absolutely no trigger discipline whatsoever. I've never seen such bad trigger discipline in my life when it comes to hand weapons. You do not have your finger on the trigger at all times. You have it off the trigger.
That I have to learn.
You have your finger on the trigger.
And
it irks me every time I see them with their fucking finger on the trigger.
Like something your dad does.
Yeah, I saw a clip actually. I think it was with Robert Downey Jr. where they were like showing the prop guns and everything, and one guy actually just picks one up and he swings it past Robert Downey Jr. and he just like points it down and like shows him like don't do that. One thing my dad told me: if it's a toy. If it's a toy, if it's real, if it's pretend, it doesn't matter, don't point it at anyone. So I try to keep that with cosplay as well, because sometimes they can whack
It's true though. The whole thing is you've got to look at it from the standpoint of a weapon being a weapon, alright?
Yeah.
Even if it's a toy, your dad is quite correct. It's also something that I was always taught. Even if it's a toy, you never point it at someone. Unless you're going to shoot them, never point it at them. It's as simple as
that. That makes sense.
Every movie that they make, when someone points a gun at someone else, what people don't notice is they're not actually pointing the gun at someone else. It's a camera trick. The person's actually pointing past them, but like pointing far enough away that it looks like you're aiming at them, but you're not.
It's a very camera angle.
Yeah, it's a camera angle. And they do that because you're never supposed to point. It's rule number one with anyone. And I mean, geez, like, getting a license in South Africa is really difficult. That's one of the things you have to learn.
It is. My dad, I think he has like 11 or had 11. And you've got to study each and every one. You've got to write an exam. You've got to show competency. You've got to shoot at least once a year to show competency. It's a lot. Yeah. Very stirring.
There's a lot of work involved in actually doing essentially working with a firearm. A lot less when it comes to like paintball guns and BB guns and all that crap. But the same token, we don't really shoot those very often either, to be honest.
No.
But,
paintball is fun though.
Paintball is fun.
Yeah, I shoot myself in the foot.
You what? Did you botch your die and shoot yourself in the foot?
Oh yeah. No, my gun got jammed, and I aimed it towards my foot to try and unjam it, and this didn't happen once but twice. Didn't hurt. I mean, I got a bruise regardless, but it didn't hurt, so I was fine. But yeah.
How soft were your shoes that you got a bruise? Jeez.
Oh no! How soft am I that I got a bruise? completely different stuff.
Yeah, that's more like it.
My dog jumped on me today, and that scratch is already bruising. So yeah, I'm the delicate one.
Okay. No, that makes sense then. Because
Yeah.
no, with us, it's not a. Well, with me at least, I'm bruised when I get hit by paintballs, but that's only because I'm not really wearing like layer upon layer of clothing, because that kind of hinders my movement. So I just wear the normal overalls that they put on to keep the paint from hitting me, or I'll wear.
Laser tag is fun as well, though.
Yeah, I actually want to start doing airsoft. To be honest.
But it's also very hot.
Less painful.
That's my only gripe is the heat. With both of these, the heat.
We don't have
I
to
don't
worry
do
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry. Like, we're still like suffering, and it's supposed to be like autumn.
Yeah, we're in spring now. It's starting to warm up now. We're feeling it. Our heat is off.
It's still
so,
hot.
yeah.
It is boiling.
Oh, you know what? That's the whole thing. Spring doesn't really matter because we've got a snowstorm on the way. I'll actually tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's anything like what happened last year when it was around this time and we looked
I was
outside.
ending up
It was the sun was literally shining. We did a podcast with someone and we're like, okay, after the podcast we're gonna go have a drive because it's nice and sunny outside. Got everything ready. Literally as the meat hits the little instant barbecue thing that they have.
Yeah.
So they've got like instant barbecue sets that you can just light, use it once, and then throw it away.
We got this there now.
Pretty cool. So we used that, and literally as the meat touched that, it started to snow.
Oh, well, that's kind of like us with the rain.
Okay, so looking at it, I'm just going to go through here quickly. Today, obviously, we're alright. Tomorrow, we're still alright.
I think it's supposed to hit from Thursday.
The storm is coming in from the north as well, so it's going to be a fucking cold one. Monday, we're still alright.
I like the cold because I can pile on as much as I want.
Yeah, and thankfully, I'm also not going to work. I'm on leave on Thursday and Friday, so I don't have to drive into the office.
We're painting. We're sitting on 25, 26.
Yeah,
as its average.
That's hot.
Yeah,
that's average. That's not that hot.
It's still hot though.
All right, so 1 centimeter in Glasgow on Wednesday.
I don't miss it.
So unfortunately, I
wish
be
I could say that.
On Wednesday, but then Thursday is where the real snow actually hits.
Yeah.
1 centimeter, not that high. Thursday, the snowstorm hits properly, and it goes up to about 10 centimeters.
Anyway.
And yeah, it's going up and up and up and up and up.
In true podcast fashion, there is always a cat.
Always a cat that's got to jump in. Yes.
I don't have any dogs. I thought I did. They must be where the food is.
This is Professor Mew.
Hello, Professor Mew. Aww. So cute.
Very
And I just gotta live with it because I can't really stop them.
From Tuesday. It looks like the temperatures are going to start screwing out on us on Tuesday. From Tuesday. And then Wednesday.
Let's see with mine. Tuesday, we're only dropping in the evening. So from today to Tuesday, we're dropping 2 degrees in the evening, so it's 13.
-3! Jesus!
And
7 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be driving in -3 on Wednesday.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, I lie. That was Thursday. It's fine. I'll be nice and I'll be driving. I lie. I still have to take.
Have you seen those hand warmers that you like pack something in it and then it like warms up instantly?
Oh yeah, those things. Yeah, I know those.
They are so cool.
They have them, yeah, but I'm not. I don't.
You have to boil them every time.
Yeah, I just have very thick gloves. That's all. Very. Thick gloves.
I don't think it would matter how thick my gloves are. I think.
You kind of get used to it after a while.
Oh.
I still haven't gotten used to our winter, so. Or summer.
South African winters are not that bad. Trust me, they're really not that bad. Not after.
But I still haven't gotten used to them.
No, you won't. But not after coming to the UK and experiencing -8. Believe me, your temperatures. Nothing.
I Imperial, I meant for a very,
I know.
very calm climate, so it doesn't change too much.
She's like, good luck.
I mean,
Good
I
luck.
sleep with hot water bottles in summer, as well as the fan. And then in winter I sleep with more hot water bottles. Sometimes the fan.
Yeah. Shit tons of hot water bottles and sometimes a fan. Sound like
Yes.
Tess. Although she
don't
actually,
make
she's getting
temperature.
better. Here in the winter, or
Mm.
here in summer, she's right. In winter, she gets cold very quickly, so the heat is generally on a lot. But also, cats. We
Yeah.
have to have it on. Excuse me, sorry about that. Without cats, we have to have the heat on quite often to keep them warm.
Yeah,
But
makes
they're getting
sense.
used to the temperature now, so I'd say that come winter this year, or come the start of winter this year, they should be alright.
Fingers. Kind of makes
Is there
me.
any interesting? Sorry, no, you go.
No, you go first.
No, you finishing your sentence. I want to ask a question.
I was gonna say it makes me think about like when I was in cosplay, like all the temperatures that we had to deal with, and it was never like, oh, the con's gonna be so cold this year, like we're gonna have to pile up. I drank 3 liters of water one con, and I didn't need the loo. And the other one, I know that I drank 6 cans of Coke, and other things as well, and I didn't need the loo. You just sweat it all out.
Else.
Yeah, I think that was the last Comic-Con. No, it was the second last one. They had a water cooler, and as cosplayers drained it. There was almost nothing left by like the first 15 minutes. We were all like, no, we need to drink water now. Free water? Yes, please. So yeah, if there's one thing, drink a lot when you're in
Yeah,
temperature.
no. Yeah, there's no such thing as temperature with cosplayers. Unfortunately, you guys are always boiling.
Oh yeah, pleather and leather and
Anything
all
that,
those
that
sorts of
seals
things.
in.
Foam and velvet and upholstery fabric because it looked pretty. So dark.
About right.
One of the reasons why I'll just stand on the sidelines and look. It's okay.
I'm starting to get where you're coming from with that. Like, I'm starting to see the light in the tunnel.
But you've been doing it since 2013, so will you actually really stop?
And health-wise, I have to. Like, for example, Comic-Con coming up later this year. I'm, if anything, going to recycle plays, and probably the cooler ones, and probably gonna go, like, in human form most of the time. Because I just, health-wise, can't anymore, and I'll be mobile so I can carry people's stuff! I'll have wheels!
Nice.
I'm trying to see the, like, plus sides. Yeah.
You'll be the lackey.
Yeah, there you go. 3 wheels, 10 travel, just push. just the push, yeah. But hopefully I'll actually have a solid Comic-Con, which I'll find out about next week, I think. I'm nervous as anything. My first application. Yeah?
What do you plan on selling at your stall? Because obviously you craft things and make things, and tell us about that.
I'm trying to narrow it down because I cater to a number of different markets, so like alternative geeky markets, as well as like the plebeian market for people who are not into resin homes and things like that. As well as I'm trying to include like people who want to dress up. So in this context, it would be the cosplayers or people who are looking to get into cosplay or something to add to their cosplay. So I'm aiming more that way for Comic-Con. So I catered my application towards that the second time. First time I didn't. It included everything that I make, everything that I sell, and they were like, no. I was like, okay, makes sense. So I spoke to Zaid, and Zaid was like, no, rather like cater it this way. So I'm looking at making the resin horns that I do, but I'm gonna make them in set colors so that I can like mass produce if I get in, hopefully. I've got reindeer antlers, like the baby ones. Got little devil horns, and then I have unicorn horns. I'm looking at getting a couple of other different ones. Then I've got wire elf ears that I bend myself. That takes forever. What else? Oh, I bought a couple of crystals, and I'm making my own, like, I can't really see them properly, but they're super glittery. So I'm gonna make like my own
tiny
like crowns out of it. I'm gonna make crowns like that. There's also, what is the Dungeons and Dragons dice box and mimic boxes. The ones I make, the big ones, you can actually carry them as a bag.
Oh wow.
I don't actually have any right now because I think I sold my last one and I'm like in the process of making 3. But they're so cute. I got one little eyeball like stuck to the top, and then when you open them, they've got 2 teeth on the top and 2 from the bottom, and then 4 at the back of their throat, and they've got a nice long tongue that curls in their mouth. And then if you've got trypophobia, you won't like them because they've got holes in their gums, in a sense, that I fill with UV reactive resin. So if you put them under a blue light, they glow. So it kind of looks like
That sounds pretty cool
like
though.
acidic acid spit. And then I'm also looking at making dies. I actually have a guy resin printing blanks for me right now. And again, you're not going to be able to see these properly, but there's a red one and you can see the one there. This is the same as the horns, but my mold isn't very great. And I'm also working with resin that's got a long cure time, so it should be bubble-less, but I'm wondering if it's not my mold that's causing the bubbles, because the dice that I'm having printed have sharp edges, and these are all rounded, because these are made from dice that I have. I'm hoping it'll fix it. We will see.
Sorry, I'm running behind with the cat. Okay.
No worries.
If you're wondering.
Don't know if you can hear him.
Makes a racket and then he just sends it through the microphone, so...
No, not this one. There's one in the background somewhere
I see that one over there. Do I have any animals? Nope, still not.
I've got one right there. You're very careful, you'll see her.
I see it. I see it. That's so cute!
It's the void.
It's the void, yes. She lives behind me
Oh
when
my gosh!
Oh.
Oh.
Either that or she tries to climb my lap, and I'm a little bit too fat for lap cutting right now, so she has to be behind me.
My one baby is too big for laps. And he tries so hard. He loves being a lap dog. Then again, it's better than my mom's dog, who's a Great Dane. Who thinks he's like this big.
Karen knows it.
Yeah.
Kez knows what it feels like.
I had to take one of the Great Danes when we were living with Zip's brother-in-law and his mother-in-law and sister-in-law when we were all living together in a house. And I had to go with her to take the Great Danes to the vet because they were more calm with me. And we got to the vet and obviously waiting for our turn, and this dog just comes and decides to sit on my lap. I'm like,
yep.
Yeah, big dog.
Big
dog, small
Yep.
lap, not good.
But also, like, my mom's one's not too big in terms of Great Danes. Like, he was the only male in a litter of, like, 11 girls. So he was the only boy. He looks very feminine. You wouldn't think he's a boy. Besides the equipment. But he doesn't have the jowls, something like that.
Okay.
So he's a little bit small. He's still big, but he's a little bit smaller. But he still, he somehow gets himself curled into single-seater couch. He
Oh
curls
yeah, they
himself
do
up.
that.
And he
Do
looks
that.
so
Yeah, okay.
uncomfortable. He's like, "Hi guys, no, this is comfortable. I'm good." You're just like, "Okay,
Yeah, no.
sure."
To do that.
I think it's good, yeah. Yeah, no. We, you know, when we have a male dog, you can see they've got the jowls like Dunvita.
Yeah. The
You come to
drool.
my house. You don't even give me a gift. On
Yeah,
my
no, mine look
daughter's
more
wedding.
ornamental.
Yeah.
Mine look
the-
very
the-
ornamental. Here's the little bugger. Odin! Come here! I'm trying to grab him for you guys. This is a little troublemaker. This is him.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, Nexus.
yes.
God. What?
He's angry.
No, that's Buddha. Buddha's vocal.
Ah.
Buddha, we thought it was cute when he was a puppy, when he like asked for treats and he would scream at us. So we encouraged it, and now he screams at us.
Mm-hmm. That's why you don't encourage bad behavior. Otherwise, it gets ingrained into them.
Yeah, now he finds you and he screams at you. And then you're like, I know what you want, but no.
That's like Blade, but he's a husky crossed with a border collie, so
Oh jeez.
he'll talk to you all the time. And
Those
he
are
doesn't just
vocal.
talk, I mean, he's like,
Buddha goes,
Or he'll just
oh
look
whoa.
at Blaze does something similar. He'll just look at you and go, "Arr, I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I'm wrong."
And
That's
then
so
when you
cute
walk past
though.
her, he goes,
Oh shit. See, ours is a miniature
Especially if you-
schnauzer. And they're not
Ah,
known for
okay.
being vocal, as far as I'm aware. But he's not
They're known
miniature.
Yeah, they're known for looking like they're Afrikaans.
They look very angry. Oh yeah, long beard. But the thing is, the way that they trim their eyebrows is that it's longer in the front, so it tapers like that, and then it makes them look angry. And then they look at you from under their table and they're like, "You're eating? I want some." Then you're
It's
like,
mine.
"Please don't kill me. I'm sorry."
Nah,
But
it's
he
like
looks so angry.
kids hate being stared at by Shadow, our void. Because
She looks like she wants to kill me.
yeah, she
Buddha
looks like she wants
does
to
the
kill everyone,
same!
though.
And he thinks he's so cute. He thinks he's so cute, and he's looking at you from under the table like, "I love you, Mom."
Look at
I'm
that
just like,
face. That
"Love you
face
too."
will kill you. Look
Oh,
at that face and tell that face I want to kill you. Look at
it's so cute. Okay, yeah, I kind of get it.
that.
That's the look I get, and the worst
It's
was
the slight slanting of the eyes.
yeah, she
Mm.
lay next to me.
She's
I
purring.
made the yesterday one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I rolled over because I thought, okay, it's one of my other cats, and I rolled over and she looked at me. I'm like,
I'm sorry. I'll cease to exist. I'll just use that side.
And then I gave her the death stare because she betrayed me. Because she's supposed to lie behind me. Her
This
spot is behind me.
This is the other one. This is the one that screams. He's a miniature. Just FYI. He's a miniature.
That's no miniature.
He's a miniature. He's purebred
That's no
miniature.
miniature.
There's the angry eyes.
That's an angry
There's
face.
a very-
No, he's so cute. He thinks he's so cute. No, he's a purebred miniature. I've met both his parents. I don't know what went wrong. He's double the size of both of his parents. But they're both about 8 kilos. He's about 16, but he is chubby. He is a chubby boy. He loves food. He loves food. Yeah. Now he's like, "Why did you let me up when there's ice cream on the table and you haven't given me any?"
Oh,
Yeah,
And now I have to deal
he's
with her right now.
he knows where you sleep.
yeah, and he smelled his foods through the checkers bag, through the box, through the plastic that they were in. I'm just like, dude, you're too hungry. When he was a puppy, he had to be pulled away from the food because otherwise he'd eat too much. So that's why we got him when he was a bit younger, because he ate so well. They were just like, yeah, no, don't worry. We're not worried about him thriving. He'll thrive. He eats enough. This bugger. Hey! Yeah, you eat too much.
Very difficult for me. Yeah.
So, is there anything interesting that you've played recently? Whether it's PC game, board game, any kind of interesting things that you can tell us about?
Yeah, play them. And I'm really enjoying it. It's very chill. Like, if you die in a fight, like, you literally respawn at a camp, and then they talk about, that was close, I hope we have healing stuff, like healing pulls or stuff in the med kit or whatever. It's like so chill. And the cool thing is it's also like it's very inclusive as well, so you can have like normal hetero couple, or you can have same-sex couples as well. The storyline, it's just cute. It's just like, but it's also it's not child cute, because there's one scene where they decide to make their own alcohol out of this fruit called apple juice, and they call it apple brew. Yeah, and there's one scene after drinking that where they go streaking on the top of the ship. Nothing shows, but yeah, it's I'm enjoying it so much, but I haven't played it in the last few days because I'm like, I don't want it to finish. I know I can replay it, but I don't want it to finish. I'm loving it.
Very upset with me.
Oh.
I like games like that where you just don't want them to end though.
Yeah, like the thing is, like it just feels so real. Like the little conversations they have between each other are just so relatable. Except the the characters are called K and U. Very strange to me, but U always looks very angry because they have like the like actual like game mode where you can see where they're moving and stuff, and then they have like the characters posted on the side where it's like more 2D. And in the 3D version, he always looks so angry. So it's like, okay, dude, like you guys are like talking very lovingly to each other, and you look pissed. So yeah, but I don't know of any other games like it. So I'm like, kind of sad. Like I've already leveled everything up to where it needs to be, and yeah, I've been avoiding playing it.
Coming.
Unfortunately, that's how it works.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I really enjoy. I join Mandy and Carl's doing 2D streaming. Usually, almost every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we normally play like Phasmo, which is great with multiple people. Especially like the ghost events, some of them like give you jump scares. And there was one with Carl and I where sometimes you can't tell if it's a ghost event or if it's a hunt. And
yeah, I've figured that out.
Yeah, and we didn't know if it was a ghost event or a hunt, so you just see Carl and I go quiet. I'm panicking here because you guys can't see my screen. I'm panicking here. I'm trying to find a corner to like crouch down in. And then Maddie's like, "It's not a hunt. It's just an event." I'm just like, "Yeah, it's good. It's good." I panic.
Yeah, she's got quite a lot of experience with that.
I do prefer playing with her though. So
yeah,
I prefer playing with the three of you guys as opposed to playing with Diff and Mr. Haha and Zulu, because
you must join us.
Chaos.
We're probably gonna play again tomorrow and on Wednesday. That seems to be like the schedule that we're doing nowadays, yeah. And then we also do Rocket League sometimes, which I never thought I would enjoy anything to do with sports. But it's so fun. We suck. We don't suck too bad. I suck. Mandy's like mid-tier. Carl's pretty good. That's why he's our goalie, because he kicks everything out where it needs to be. And then it's just Mandy and I like struggling and hitting each other, like trying to get the ball somehow into the goal.
I think Diff needs to play it.
It's chaos. Oh, the soundtracks are really good. Really like bumping music.
If I'm going to be driving a car around, it needs to be racing around a track. Or racing around an open
It's
world.
kind of a track. You can also race around the room, and sometimes if you go fast enough on the ceiling for a little bit, and then you can fly.
That's just not. I'm sorry, but I don't like playing soccer with cars.
I didn't think I'd enjoy it.
It doesn't make sense to me now.
But like,
I still don't get it. I've watched it and I don't get it.
the only rule is get the ball in the goal. That's it.
Well, that's like every sport. Put the ball in the hole.
But it's so chaotic. So like, if you zoom past people, like you get like points around the track that like make you go like super fast. And if you zoom past someone or you hit them, you can explode them. So we end up getting like exploded by some other people's teammates, and then Mandy and I are like, okay, it's on, we're gonna kill you guys now, and then we just blast everyone. And then you get like titles at the end, so a lot of us get executioner for the most part, exploded. Carl usually gets MVP because he usually does like epic saves and stuff like that from the goalpost. But
So in other words, he plays it properly and everyone else just screws around.
pretty much he's there like making sure that they don't score, and we're trying to make sure that we score. But
That sounds like something I would do as well.
it's chaos. Oh, and it's even better when Misty joins. Oh no.
Nails in leg.
Ah.
Cutting it
Yeah, I
very
had
close
nails
to-
and arms. You can see it. So I relate.
Very close. I would have
Animals
had a pencil,
are
but hadn't gotten any closer.
Mm. Our dogs have a knack of like they'll like crawl on top of you to come say hi and everything, and then they get excited for something when you say let's get up, and then they get excited, and they like to jump on crotches. For me, that's mostly okay, but not for my husband.
Guys is not okay for. Sorry,
No.
but we do have, you know, piece of
It's
equipment
part.
that sticks out there.
Yeah,
Not okay
and
with
dogs
that.
seem to know exactly where it is, or just pets in general. They know.
Yeah, and they know how to get you there as well every single
Mm.
time. It's not-
Thankfully, my birds aren't that bad. They're not interested in appendages other than fingers. For me, that includes licking on my fingers and nibbling on my fingers. So I have to make sure my hands are like really clean because birds are so sensitive to like everything. For my husband, however, that includes trying to rip the flesh off his fingers.
Shame.
Yeah, they're
that's about
lovebirds.
right.
There's nothing lovely about them. I don't know why they're called lovebirds. They are demons. I love them, but they're demons.
Well, maybe that's why they're called lovebirds, because they love being demons.
They love each other. They make really good couples. Other than that, they're not lovely. Like, if I have anything that Luna doesn't recognize in my hair, on my face, in my hand, if I'm wearing something she doesn't like, she will bite me. And she'll pretend like she loves me, so that she lures me in, and then she'll bite me. And I'm just like, okay, cool, thanks, friend. And she's named Luna because she's Luna Lovebird.
It works.
That's my favorite. And
Harry Potter reference kind of sort of there.
yeah, and then we have Kitten. So aptly named because the name is stupid. It's horrible to say, but he is a bit stupid. He hangs in his cage upside down on the bars, and then he slides down to meet you. And I'm just like, okay, hi. He's just a weirdo. And like he sleeps underneath the newspaper on the bottom of his cage, makes a tent for himself, and that's very sweet. Okay, dude. Birds like in trees. But okay. And especially these birds, although apparently there's budgies. Budgies make nests on the ground. In the ground? It's so weird. I don't understand. Like predators.
That's where cats can get you.
Exactly. I don't get it. It's very strange. And then places that have like pet parrots that are like not pet parrots, but they're local wildlife, and you're just like, these are really expensive birds. They should be like they need like tailored nutrition in other countries. What's going on here? Like those cockatiels with the giant yellow combs and everything.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I just don't know what they're called.
They like need their nails trimmed and supplements if you don't feed them right. I cook for my birds. They get cooking food and they get a powder on top of their food called crunch, which is like a chili powder with extra seeds and things, because birds can't taste. They can feel chili. So you give them chili powder. And then there's these birds like they look beautiful and they're thriving and okay. These birds are like 6,000-7,000 rand normally if you get them as baby.
7,000 rand a month just to keep them going.
That's one thing. Birds are destructive. They are noisy. And they are high maintenance. So it's not like we buy a dog toy for your dog and you're like, this will last him a week. Some of the bigger like macaws and stuff, you buy them the paper toys or the store toys, and they're literally just like done, finished. Okay, next. And they scream, and they like need their own rooms just to have like place to spread their wings and feel comfortable, and you've got to give them like a certain amount of outside time as well. And it's a lot. That's all. But having two lovebirds, they're the smaller babies. I do want to get a bigger baby, but I'm waiting for these two to pass. And as far as I'm aware, masked lovebirds can go up to 20 years. So I'm like 3 years in the one and like a year in the other. So we're good. We're good. Got them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not planning on breeding. My one bird's a bit defective. He lays too much. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like she lay 12 eggs on her first lay, and she's like, "Did they?" Not good.
No, that's not good.
No. So she's a bit defective, so we're not going to bug her with that. I give her supplements. She does the thing when she needs to, and then she does the pet. I bought her a boyfriend though that was chicken, but they weren't ever intended to get dues on. So chicken thinks that he's done the do and that one of his perches is paid. He feeds it every day. I don't tell him otherwise.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He seems like he might take the news badly.
Yeah.
But he might forget tomorrow as well, so.
Yeah, he's
in
like,
between
yeah,
the two.
Yeah,
he's really cute. That's what he's
That's
good
all
for.
he's got.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very cute. And he can fly. I mean, he's a very cute mobile thing.
Yeah.
No, there we go.
There's
Oh,
an
yeah.
advantage after all.
A little bit. That's for sure.
Snowy kept me up all night last night, so if I'm yawning a lot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she hates being in the cage. So she screams blue motor when she's in there. But is there anything interesting you've read or any board games you've played? Or...
Board games! Because it's just my husband and I in the house, and he doesn't like board games. No.
Ah.
Reading wise, yeah. Reading wise, there are so many books I want to read, but I need to like sort out the book. But I know what I've read, what I need to read, what I've like started sort of reading, because there's a series I've read almost all of it. But there was one book that I couldn't find, and by the time I was looking for that specific book, I had the rest of the collection, and they stopped printing it. So I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah. It's a series called Morganville Vampires. Yes, I like vampires.
Nothing wrong with that.
Before Twilight. I was reading them before Twilight.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Fun spelling
you're
errors.
gonna tell me about how awesome
No. I
How
thought,
awesome it is that vampires sparkle.
oh, so good, so good. My first one was Christopher Pike, The Last Vampire. That was the first vampire book I started. But I only found, like, midway through the series, there was a book, it was, I think, 3 and 4 together. And that's all I had. And I was very young, I was like 12, 13, so I didn't have, like, my own big money to go buy big books and stuff. But the Morganville Vampires, there's something like 17 or 18 books in the series. And
Oh, wow.
I was missing book 14. So I could read up to 13. And then none of the new ones I bought, so I've not read any of the new ones I bought. Now I have book 14, but now I have to start at 1.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And I've already read it 13 times. So I'm just like trying to get the strength to read it again. It's good. It's really good. And then the other one, what's it called? It's a webtoon book. Hold on, let me ask my husband to bring it. Mandy's been reading it, and Mandy tells me to keep reading it, and I'm like, I'll read it like just now. And then I made some money on my market the other day, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy the book. Because if I have a book that I can see, it'll motivate me. Let me just ask him to bring the book. And it's so pretty. Which one of you farted? My dogs have this habit of coming into my office and farting at me. And then I'm like, thanks guys. Smells great.
Yeah, we have a cat that does that. He comes in. And
The
does
one
it
that
on
was
purpose.
sitting on the table.
Yeah.
Oh no, on the table. See, like, I have
Well,
candles.
And Kiz did the stupidest thing the other day.
Mm?
Did he fart? And then she goes and sniffs around him and then goes too close to his ass.
Oh.
Yes, he
It's a
farted.
lovely eggy kind of smell.
Mm.
He doesn't eat eggs.
So, nice thing about dogs is they have things called anal glands that need to be expressed in certain breeds.
Lovely, eh?
Oh, it's so fun! It's the best, especially when it costs like $70 a pop to go and take them to the vets to have them expressed. So then you learn how to do it yourself and you accidentally get squirted in the face. It's fun times.
Who needs kids when you have pets?
Exactly. And the worst is it smells like rotten fish.
Like what?
That's the kind of
Rotten
smell.
fish.
It smells like rotten fish. It's a horrible, very fishy, rotteny smell.
Yeah.
I do not recommend getting squirted with it. But this is the book, Lore Olympus.
Oh, it looks pretty.
It is! And it has to do with like Hades and Persephone and all those good things. And yeah, apparently I'm going to want to cosplay one of them. And that's kind of why I'm dreading reading it, because I'm like, I have so many things I want to make and no energy. And I've only got that much material. Like,
You need more.
I mean, it goes up a bit too, so I mean, I only got that much. It's some on the floor. Not enough.
Only that much.
Only.
Never enough.
Only because I hoard. Like, people like, I don't need this fabric. I'm like, give it to me. Okay, give it to me. I'll take it. Just put it in the shelf, and if anyone needs fabric, I've got the shelf. It's the same reason I
Or
have,
you'll
like,
find something for it.
oh!
You'll think of something you can make with it.
That's true. Or, like, in the middle of the night when you were making cosplays, and you're just like, I need something white. And I ran out. Oh, I have this bit. Perfect. Put that white there. Cool. It's now the cosplay. Otherwise, yeah, no, I bad addiction to buying fabric. Just going in there and feeling the textures, especially the fur, the long pile fur, at like 300 to 400 rand a meter. My favorite. I have expensive taste in materials.
Yeah.
I just go, oh, look, pretty.
Yeah. Andre taught
thought
me
that-
different textures, different like kinds of fabric. Just do all the different things because then people will like the stuff. And so far, it hasn't let me down. I was gonna do a really big cosplay for Comic Con, but I want to do it justice, and I'm not gonna have time to finish it. Was gonna be for WCA. I've done glass work before.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was gonna be
The one you were telling us about that one time with the sword and everything that you were.
Oh yeah. I actually have the sword up here.
I hate
Yeah.
this bloody daylight savings changing.
So
The
this
sun's
is the
still-
sword that I
sorry.
carved out of wood.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
It was hard. It's got a indent over here because I want to inlay LEDs into it so that it can change colors. But so far,
Nice.
it's just the wood. So it's a bit squiff as well. It's best. But this was more than twice this thickness, so I cut it in half myself. I used a rasp to shape it, as well as sanding the living daylights out of it. And then
Yeah,
I just got my dad to help root it, because I don't know how to root things, and we were doing it upside down. So,
you can do it. You can do it with a chisel. You can root with a chisel, but it takes a shit long time.
we
to do it
had
with a chisel.
a machine that does it, but he was holding it upside down so he could see where it was going. And I was like, okay, you do that yourself, because I'm gonna lose fingers. I mean, I could lose fingers with a scissor.
Yeah.
I'm not that good.
With a hammer and chisel, if you're doing it that way, you can
Yeah.
use you can use a router if you want to. That's
What we used, a router.
You can use a router if you want to. My brother actually has a router as well. And I used it. We used it to update to make my mother's this Japanese commode that she wanted made in her backyard when we were still living in South Africa. We used the router to just dig in holes to be able to have interconnected pieces slide into each other correctly.
Yeah.
It took a long time to get that done, to actually get it built properly as well.
Yeah.
Not as long as you'd think. I mean, my brother and I built it in a week, so.
Okay.
not
Well,
bad,
this
considering
took
we
a
built it
while,
Yeah,
but because I was doing it myself and never made a sword out of a plank,
Mm,
and not even like a board plank. Like we found it in the backyard. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know what it was. It was a something, and now it is.
it's something else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
that's how it works.
I was trying to like, because like what I've learned for competitions is like try to be extra, like show people things that they've never seen before, or like learn a new technique, or something like, don't call it super glue, call it cyanoacrylate, like be fancy. Oh. We were having a disco. Yeah, I've got to.
Get your nose right up there, cat. Just get your nose right up there. He was snorting her ass. I mean, he was like.
Oh no! I hate it when that happens with my dogs as well. Oh, well, actually, Odin has a bad habit. He's very OCD about certain parts of his body: his ears, his jaw, and his butt. There is not a single hair, at least 2 centimeters around his butt. He makes sure of it. And he cleans it religiously.
Crumbs
so
our cat doesn't clean his own wall, so he gets. I mean, he does. He tries to.
Yeah.
But he's terrible at it. So.
Oh.
And he's also a Persian. The Persian that
really,
you saw
really
earlier.
fluffy.
Oh, so they get dingleberry.
he
Those are fun.
doesn't get dingleberries. He gets fucking grapes. He gets full on grapes.
Odin has one thing we've done with Odin is we've never cut his hair on his tail except for trimming. So the hair on his tail is like this long. It like drags on the floor behind him a little bit. And there'll be times where, because of the butt thing, he eats a bit of his tail hair sometimes as well. And sometimes when he goes and makes a poop, he gets reverse dingleberries. Dingleberries from the inside. And he panics. He runs around the house as if he's dying, and then his brother follows him around crying. So it's quite a scene.
It's not Shade. Not in that aspect. Similar. I know exactly what you mean. So Shade has this habit of ingesting Kez's hair.
So it comes out with dingleberries.
It comes out with the poo, and then when she runs, because it's following her now.
Oh yeah, no, and then they start panicking and they're wondering what's going on. Like, except Buddha cries. Buddha doesn't have the dingleberry.
Yeah, Shade doesn't cry. None of the cats cry. She
just try and run away from it.
She runs from it.
Odin not peek.
It's still there. She's like, ah! She carries on running.
Can you imagine if humans did what animals did? Have some random dude running down the block, got Pete following him. It's like, yes, I understand.
Just like, ah!
It's following me! Like, no, I have to.
Get out!
I have to drink the water out of this sink. Only this sink. All water is poison. My mom's Great Dane has to drink water out of the bathroom sink. Does not drink out of a bowl. Good thing is my mom was laid off with COVID, so now she's home all the time, so now she can give him the water every day. But he only drinks out of the one tap. Quite strange.
That's a fussy dog.
He's very fussy. He's bougie. He lies on genuine African leather couches. He's destroyed them, but he lies on genuine African leather couches.
Happy? Smiley?
Does it change?
Head back!
Have you seen?
Yeah, his face changed.
There's different ones that have like different faces instead of the happy and angry.
I want to get those. I've got ones that completely changed into different animals.
Yeah, and you get the one that's like Ditto that changes into different Pokemon as well. I've seen someone actually knitted that. They've got a pattern for it. Those are quite cool though. I like fidget toys. I
like all kinds of toys. What toys?
I have a wire elf ear here.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, but I normally put something like twirlies there. So this was just I made two of the same ear because I didn't look. so random one.
Someone has the same kind of ear at some point.
Two left ears. Sounds like me with two left thumbs almost. Making two left ears.
Go for two left feet.
Yeah, since I can't.
I have that too. And to make watercolor paint. These ones all failed, and these ones all work. So, to start. It's not really geeky, but I want to get back into doing art stuff. I actually have a WACOM Cintiq 16, so I want to set it up.
Snazzy.
I bought it. What the hell that is.
Okay, it's the giant screen that you draw on. That's it.
Oh, it's one of those computer screen thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's not even a computer itself. It doesn't come with any software. It's nothing special. Just a screen that you draw on.
Okay.
That's it.
But it's big.
16 inches. Yeah, but like I thought it was going to be a lot cooler. Like the 16 doesn't have like all the cool like fancy shortcut buttons stuff on it. But it does come with extra pen nibs, which is great. So, but I've been a bit scarred from graphic design. South African graphic design are not good combinations. It's very oversaturated, so hard to find
good places to work. So I'm going to work on that myself and try and do like character commissions. I want to do stickers. Yeah, it's basically drawing people and things that I enjoy. Yeah.
There's always a
Nice.
need for that.
Even internationally, which is great. Especially internationally. And they pay in dollars. Mostly.
Exactly.
Or pound.
Oh, that's even better.
Pounds are stronger.
Yeah. For sure. Much better than the rond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not even talk about the rond. The rond is not.
The rons is rons.
I actually thought that there's some coins that are like super valuable depending on what year. But I think it's like that like in every country.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy on TikTok from Australia and he's like, you find this coin, you have to find it from this year, and that man needs to have a divot on his nose exactly 0.3 millimeters, and then you're like, okay, that's worth a lot of money. So I actually want to go through my coins and see like they're like a 2019 50-cent coin that's like millions. Might just be worth 50 cents.
Yeah. you might get a 10-cent piece that is worth 20.
No. Okay, I'm gonna start looking now. I have to.
The one
It's
rand
too
coin
cool.
that you might actually be able to use to buy a liter of petrol.
Oh.
Since I know
My
your
sister told
petrol
me a
price
joke.
is 60 rand a liter now.
Yeah, I think we've only got one car and we share it, so.
Yeah, we've only got one car too, and let me tell you, the petrol price here is not any better.
No, I saw everywhere it's pretty
Yeah,
quite.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
paying £1.70 now for a liter of diesel.
Oh,
No, 1.8 for a liter of diesel, I think.
It's about 20, 40 grand.
oh, a lot
40
of
rand for a
money.
liter of
My sister told me a joke. I went to go put petrol in my car, and when they started putting the petrol in, I started feeling very sick. I think I've got corona's virus.
coronavirus, yes.
Uh,
We all, you see, when they put the petrol in South Africa, we do it ourselves, so we get car owners.
Oh.
virus.
Oh yeah, I know. At least here we can be like
We put
150.
it in.
I don't want to see how
And then
many
we climb
liters
it.
150 is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to at least when we make a mistake, it's our fault that it happened. So it's
Yeah.
like if you overfill, it's your own fault.
Yeah, I know. At least here, like here, you get it for free. Like, I know. I told you this much. Like you watch them like eagerly when they pump it. Point 20.
Just go a little bit over.
20 cents.
Yeah. No, they're look. It's here. It's not so difficult to actually fill the car up to the exact number that you need it to be. So if you want to put like 25 pounds into something like that, I generally put in about. Well, now we're putting in 30 pounds a week for petrol. But you put in 30 pounds. I can get to exactly 30 pounds most of the time. Sometimes I'll go a penny over. But it's like it's not very often that I'll actually get a penny over.
Yeah.
It's also because the machines are running on pennies and pounds, not on
Yeah.
rand cents.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
much
hard
more
to get
sensitive
it.
our side.
It
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah.
You
Oh, that
may as well
makes
just have it
sense.
like. Yeah, you may as well just change the currency to like rands and hundreds.
Yeah. Well, actually, considering like how much people put in, like, it's not the worst idea.
You could put 20 cents in. I mean, here we don't put pennies in.
No.
I mean, it doesn't make sense because one.
You
pound
say
is
to
one
someone,
liter.
I want to put 20 cents of petrol and they'll laugh at you.
Yeah.
I can imagine though. There's like someone coming here and being like, I want like 5 rands petrol. Where are you going? Down the street?
You're gonna
Where you
push the car?
going? 2 meters in front of you.
Yeah, you're gonna start and leave it here? Ooh, exciting. Oh,
That's how it works. I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, unfortunately, it's about that time.
Mm.
It means that we have to end the stream. We have to end the video. It's not a stream. We don't live stream. Anyway, yeah. Tell us where everyone can find you.
I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Maramosa Cosplay, or Instagram and Facebook as The Mystery Cabinet. And hopefully at Comic-Con, South Africa. I'll be there. I'll be there either way, but hopefully it's a stall holder.
Yeah.
Give her a stall, Comic-Con at South Africa.
I mean,
if you guys ever see this.
I still have to pay for it, so I mean, like, let me pay you.
Yeah, no, we're probably not going to be able to be down for that for the festival this year, unfortunately.
But Blade usually streams a lot, so it's pretty cool watching his streams. It's like being there in person, anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah, except that we can't actually talk to everyone like we normally do.
True.
We like to pick up our own content and obviously do our own editing and stuff. But we've got Comic-Cons coming up here, so it's fun.
Which is cool. Different content coming up as well.
Yeah, it's going to be UK, well, mainly Scottish at the moment, but festivals that are happening here. We've already done one, which was like a big gaming market, which was quite cool.
That's so cool.
There's a whole bunch of really fun stuff that was going on there. We got to talk to some energy drink guys, and they're making a huge success. They started their business that day. Was the official launch of their product.
Whoa!
So they'd been working on the product for a couple of years, and they officially launched it that day. So we actually got to be there on ground level as they started, and actually like helped them.
That's pretty cool.
We didn't help them at all. Their product is good.
Shout out to Z Game Energy.
Yes, shout out to Z Game Energy because
how can you see them here?
They're looking at sending their products overseas. There might be a chance that they will, but it's quite expensive if it's going to be coming from here to there. It's going to go from pound to rand. It's going to be like buying a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. You're paying direct prices, which means you're paying exactly what we pay. Just like you can't afford it as much as we can. It really sucks. It really sucks because Kez and I, we got a PS5. We bought it cash. Because
like...
we earned pounds, so we bought it cash. You guys would never be able to do that. Most people have to get loans to buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series X.
I can't even buy a new phone. I've got to like budget for it.
Yeah, and we got these cool flippy phones. So.
Oh, those are so cool! But they make me worry about like crease.
So
I know that there is a slight crease with like super usage, but like nothing noticeable. Mine's this one.
There is a crease.
You can see you guys. No, it's a
P30.
Xiaomi.
Like P30.
Xiaomi.
What?
Xiaomi. You guys don't have Xiaomi?
We probably do. I've just never heard of it.
Oh, they are... Okay, I know it sounds really bad. The name doesn't give confidence in the tech, but it's the exact same phones that you're paying like 3, 4, 5,000 rand more for.
Okay.
For like cheaper.
We have those. Yeah, we have.
And they're so good. I mean, mine's got 48 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
And I paid like 3,000 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not bad.
If you can check, you can see carefully. There's the crease.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, but I haven't seen like it's not been worse than that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. They did say that the crease is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it, but it's not very damaging. But anyway, that's enough. We've got to go. We've got to do it and start a whole new conversation. Yeah. So guys, check out the stall at Comic-Con. Check out her stall.
Give her a stall, Comic-Con.
Yeah, give her a stall, Comic-Con. We don't give any information. Angela, anything you want to say?
The Ferminator.
Kez is going to be Ferminating one of our cats in here just now.
Nice.
Anything you need to say?
You should take before and afters.
Oh, there are plenty of befores, trust me. Right, guys, so if you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button and tell us why. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down button and tell us why, because we like
Or hit the thumbs up button.
If you hit the
because-
thumbs down, that not because you know what? Sometimes we actually ask for the thumbs down because I like to be criticized. I'm a sucker for being beaten down. But yeah, Mara, before you go, you gotta say one thing. Say hi to the puzzle master.
Hi, Puzzle Master. You're mastering the puzzles.
He's gonna be editing it.
Because he's gonna be editing it. There you go, the puzzle master.
Enjoy Puzzle Master.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. You'll get that joke one day, I promise. All of you watching will get that joke one day.
Oh yeah.
When we
Watch
have Toast.
Pico Park.
Yeah, just watch the Pico Park videos. You'll get it all from there. But anyway,
It's bad.
guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you really want to, and if you don't, we don't care because we still love the fact that you got all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so much, and as always, remember,
Kick, 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 kick.
keep it kiki. Bye.